Cutler, 4-time Mr. Olympia, Kevin English, 2-time 202 world champion, and Jose Raymond, 2-time IFBB 202 pro champion. And they all guest posed last night at the New England Championships in Boston, Massachusetts. What was it like, guys, sharing the stage together? Kevin?
Oh, so awesome experience, being ready to pose with, Jay the Beef Cutler, the Boston Mass, Jose Raymond. It's freaking incredible. These guys are phenomenal bodybuilders, and they're very inspirational in many ways.
That was a great time, man. It's always good to come back to Mass, and of course, having 3 East Coast guys, and we're all close. I see these guys a lot, and we've come up, Kevin and I, in the ranks together, and of course Jose coming from Massachusetts. We trained together last year, and we stay in contact and stuff. It's good. It's always good to get up there, and we had fun. I joked around with these guys a little bit because, of course, I'm the bigger of the 3. Them being in the 202 division, but these guys have a lot of muscle, man. So it was a great show, and I think the fans loved it, which is good.
This was a great honor for me, since this was where it all started for me. It was the first show I ever did 18 years ago, and this was by far the biggest turnout we've had and the biggest amount of competitors, and I think Jay brought a little extra something, just having his name involved, and is such a big part of it, and it was huge. It was huge experience for me, and having fun with Jay on stage, getting on his knees and throwing out the little short jokes. It was a blast, and look forward to doing it again someday.
You guys all train chess together. You seem to have fairly different styles, all 3 of you. We'll start with you, Jay. Where are you at in your training right now, and how would that be seen in what you were doing today?
Right now, I'm on the 15-minute fitness workout. Pretty much is how I've been training since the Mr. Olympia. Here we are 4 weeks later, and pretty much what I'm doing now is until January. So you're looking at end of September to January. Is I'm just going in the gym. I'm actually working out maybe like 20 minutes with weights, and then I focus more on cardiovascular conditioning. So right now, just working for a pump just to keep my size and conditioning for the guest posings, but letting my body heal up. Not eating as many calories. I'm probably eating half the amount of calories I was for my contest for the Mr. Olympia, because I was eating about 6,000, 6,500 a day. I'm down to about half of that. So, where I was eating 7 meals, I might only eat 3 or 4 in a common day, especially traveling as much as I am and heading overseas next month. So I'm just trying to keep my body functioning, letting everything heal up. I feel great. My body has no aches, pains, anything like that, but I want to keep it that way. And, of course, to start turning up for the beginning of the year. So it's rest time for me, but still in the gym, just moving stuff around and just trying to get my body just, in pretty decent condition, keeping everything intact.
Jay, you break the year off into phases, and it seems like you're pretty good at knowing when your body needs time to rest and recuperate, and before you launch back into heavy, intense training. What's your philosophy behind that, and do you think every bodybuilder out there should incorporate phases of the year where they give their body a little chance to rest and recover?
I think it's important to realize that not to be afraid to take time off. Of course, time off doesn't mean, just laying on the couch and eating pizza and burgers and that kind of stuff. What I think is, if you're a competitive bodybuilder, most importantly, and you're training, of course, for competition, you do need some downtime after the show, where downtime from diet, downtime from training, cardio, obviously. I think it's coming from me, of course, after winning my 4th Olympia. But looking at my age, would I have done this at 27? Probably not. Now at 37, I think it's necessary for me to take the downtime. I have the density in the muscle. That's the most important thing. I've been training for 19 years. This break I've taken this year is probably the 3rd time I've done this the last 3 years. And I feel great coming back. But what I'm looking at now is just time to focus on other opportunities, of course, focus on business aspects of bodybuilding. But I think most important is just let my head, because bodybuilding, everyone thinks is physical, but a lot of it's mental, because what we go through day in and day out to train and think about, okay, how is our body going to change, is a lot of concern in everyone's mind. I think these guys will equate to that. training for a competition, you look at yourself 50 times a day in the mirror. You seem to look and see, okay, what changes can I make to be better? Sometimes your body needs a mental break from that. Your mind needs a mental break. So just staying away from, how your body looks and just, going in the gym and kind of getting a feel. Sometimes I walk in the gym, it might be a 5-minute workout. I mean, sometimes I get to the gym and I just do cardio. So I need that downtime to really regroup and really focus back, because I don't want to get into halfway next year not taking a break and say, okay, I should have taken a break when I could have, because right now it's not as important. I'm not training for a competition. I have almost a full year to train for a show, about 11 months or whatever, and it's just a great time to come down. And I think Ronnie took breaks. We've heard of a lot of guys. I mean, you mentioned Sean Ray. These guys took breaks. I mean, everyone has different time frames that they do break, but I mean, Ronnie, I think, didn't train for 4 or 5 months sometimes. Once he started winning all those Olympias. And I'm sure in the very beginning he kept training right after the show, but I think, towards the end of his career, as he got a little older, it was necessary. So, not to say that I'm an old man, but it's definitely, it's necessary. I'm not training like I was even at 27, because I have the density, I have the muscle. Sometimes it's good to step back a little bit.
Kevin, you're known for your system of training, the camp system, where you have different phases where you're not training heavy all the time. Where are you at in that right now as far as today's workout, and do you think that system is giving you a little more longevity in terms of being able to continue training and making improvements the way you've been for the past few years?
Well, I think a lot of things have helped, with my longevity. But as far as the training program itself goes, this is the best program I ever done that's worked for me. We have 4 different phases, and I think the 4 different phases that we do week to week just help along with recuperation, and growth. So you're not always going heavy, you're not always doing super high reps, but it's a mixture. And I think it's a combination of things that have definitely helped with my growth. If you take a perfect example, just to go back, is in 08 when I made my comeback, and I competed at the New York Pro. I did the 202 in the open division, and in that class, I won the 202, and I came in second to Kai in the open, and I was only 191 pounds in that show. Now, I barely make weight at 202, and time I hit the stage, I'm between 215 and 217. So it's a huge margin, and muscle mass that I've gained in a short 2-year period. And that's definitely dedicated to the camp training program. And also just having positive people around me, I'm lucky to come out of Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym. So I see Steve and Bev every day. They're constantly giving me feedback, constantly giving me motivation and pushing me. So when you have that combination also with a great girl, my fiance behind me, it's hard to, you have no need or no wants to slack off. You want to go 100% and gung-ho all the time. And when I say that, I don't necessarily mean just gun-ho with the training, but in all aspects, the training and nutrition, everything that compiles to make a great bodybuilder.
Jose.
Yes, sir.
You're 1 week out from a contest, or less than a week now. Oh, you're 2 weeks, okay. Jose, you're 2 weeks out from a contest right now, and I've seen you do pretty much what you've done today, which is handle pretty much the same weights in the off-season as you do right before a show. A lot of bodybuilders will lose strength or intentionally train lighter. What's your philosophy on staying heavy with the training? Why do you do it? How do you do it?
I think it's all bullshit. I think if you have muscle, the muscle's going to fire off the same way if you're lean or if you're fat, I may have a little more energy when I'm fatter, but I'm just as strong, pretty much. The only thing is the closer you get to a show, you don't want to hurt yourself and tear anything close to a show. But I'm strong, off season or pre-contest. So I try to train as heavy as I can at all times and keep the density in the muscle and stay as big and full as I can leading into a show.
Now, I know you've trained with Jay before, you've trained with Kevin before, but today you trained with 2 Mr. Olympia winners. What was it like?
Like I said before, it's a huge honor to me. These guys are the 2 best in the world. And 2 great guys, good friends of mine, I'm just lucky in been put in a great situation to meet these guys and be able to spend time with them and learn from them. You know, I've been in the sport a long time, but you're never too old to start to learn. You know, and I always pick something up from them each time I'm with them.
Okay, that's going to put a wrap on this. We're going to let everybody say a little goodbye to you. So, Kevin?
I just want to thank all my fans from the MD boards and from Cytogenix and all the emails that I've gotten, you know, over these last couple of years. Definitely appreciate it, and definitely gives me motivation and continue to pursue my quest as being the best 202 ever.
Yeah, it was, you know, it's great. We want to thank all the fans out there for the support, and of course, you know, all the sponsors, Muscular Development Magazine for creating this opportunity for us, and of course, Muscle Tech for their sponsorship, keep me going. Of course, the best supplements, and you know, another successful year for all of us. I mean, Jose had a couple wins. Kevin and I were successful at the Olympia, winning the big titles, and you know, what else could you ask for? I mean, this is a life that we chose, and I feel that, you know, we're all given gifts to create opportunities, not only for ourselves, but for the people following. And there's fans of Jose, there's fans of Kevin, and there's fans of mine. I mean, hopefully this video and, you know, our interviews, guest posing yesterday, and all the things we done together this past weekend, this is history. This is history. You know, first time you had, you know, me and Kevin posing together as Olympia champions, and you know, first time we all posed together at a bodybuilding event. And of course, me being a part of that it's something I always remember. And I want to thank these two guys, Kevin and Jose. I want to thank you guys for giving me that opportunity that I'll always remember. And I hope you guys will continue to be part of any events that I have in the future, which I'm sure you will. And I wish you the best in a healthy 2011 season.
Okay, we're in his hometown, his home gym. So, Jose Raymond, you have the last word.
All right. Thanks again, MD. You guys are always great to me. And I want to thank Muscle Tech, my sponsor for the last 2 years. Also thank Dave Livingston here at Today's Fitness in Woburn, who's always really gracious in letting us come in and do these videos. Also thank Kevin and Jay, especially Jay, since he's got about 1 million fans, and some of them who might now find out who I am because of Jay. And thank Jay for bringing me down and bringing me